be uploading the recording of this class to YouTube for like everybody else that didn't make it to enjoy later. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. As I said before, I might have to periodically like let people in, so please excuse me if I have to randomly stop teaching. Okay, so first I want to go over what is a break and what is a paddle, okay? So a break is anytime the hoop is spinning and you send it into the opposite direction using a body part, okay? So right now I'm just doing a basic break. And that's not the only type of break you can do. You can do knee breaks, right? You can do like an escalator neck break. Anytime you stop the hoop rotation and you send it the opposite direction, that is a break, okay? So what is a paddle? Now, if you guys have ever been canoeing or tubing, you get paddles, right? And the paddles are used to push you along in the water, okay? So that's basically what a paddle is when we're hooping. A paddle is anytime we push the hoop along, okay? So as you can see, I'm using my right hand to push the hoop along. So we got breaks and we got paddles, okay? Awesome. So I'm going to break this class up into two different sections. The first section, we're going to be learning all about breaks. In the second section, we're going to be learning all about paddles. So very, very basic here. I want us to start with our hoops, kind of above elbow height, I should say. When I first started learning breaks and paddles, I was doing them way down here because it was easier to keep the hoop up and stable. That's totally fine if you want to start learning them down there. You'll eventually be able to do them up on your shoulders and your chest. And also, if you know how to do chest and shoulder hooping, that will help you keep the hoop up, okay? Yeah, okay, it looks like you guys are already super familiar with this. Awesome. Okay, so getting right into it, we are gonna start by just doing a push the hoop to the left and then catch, okay? And then we're gonna push to the hoop to the right and catch. We want the hoop to do one full rotation as we catch it. And you also wanna make sure that you're turning your torso to the side that the hoop is rotating, okay? So if I'm pushing the hula hoop to the right, I'm turning my torso to the right. If I'm pushing my hula hoop to the left, the hoop or the torso goes to the left. Try to keep your lower body, like your feet, squared out in front of you. So you're just moving the top portion of your body. I say this because when you are doing your breaks and paddles, sometimes they tend to go a little crooked, right? A little wonky. I find, oh, gotta add somebody in. Here we go, joining. Hi, Joe, welcome to the class. Okay, so I say that because we want to try to keep the hoop nice and parallel with the ceiling and the floor beneath us. So in order to do that, we need to try to stay as straight up as possible and only moving through our torsos, okay? So we're gonna rotate, rotate, catch, rotate, rotate, catch, rotate, rotate, catch, rotate, rotate, catch. Yeah, let's see you guys do it. Yeah, awesome job, Melissa. Good job, Ray. And Joe, I know you weren't here for the very beginning, but I just let everybody know that if you want to keep your camera off during the recording, that's totally up to you because this is going to be going up onto YouTube and I just don't want to like ruin anybody's privacy or whatever. Okay, awesome. So yeah, after we rotate, rotate, catch with two hands, we're going to spice it up a little bit, okay? So instead of catching with two hands, I want you guys to just catch it with one hand. Okay, and I want you to use the hand that you just rotated the hoop to. So I'm rotating it to my left, so I'm going to be catching it with my left. Then I'm going to send it back to my right. Rotate, rotate, catch with the right. Rotate, rotate, catch with the left. Rotate, rotate, catch with the right. Got to add in Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Welcome to the class. Thank you for being here. All right. So as I was saying, the hand that's on the outside is what's going to be doing the braking. Okay. Rotate, rotate, catch. Rotate, rotate, catch. Rotate, rotate, catch. Rotate, rotate, catch. If you guys are having trouble with keeping the hoop level from this little hip torso movement, this is what you can do. You can do a little 360 turn, catch, 360 turn, catch, okay? By rotating your body in a circle this way, it's gonna give the hoop a little bit more momentum to stay nice and level, okay? Rotate, rotate, catch. Rotate, rotate, catch. I also want you to keep in mind that as you send the hoop back to the other side, you are going to bring it into your chest. Okay, so watch me. I just did both. Now I'm going to send it back. Hand goes to the chest. Okay, your hand needs to go to your chest as opposed to going straight down or straight up, because as you can see, if my hand just kind of goes straight down, not at my chest, my brakes will tend to go crooked, okay? So that's another good idea, or another good thing to keep in mind as you're sending the hoop back to the other way. Rotate, rotate, catch. Hand pushes into the chest. Rotate, rotate, catch with the outside hand, and repeat. Okay? Yeah, so let's just feel out this groove for a moment. Maybe you can switch it up. You can go from spinning around in your circles to just going stationary. Anything you can do to get into this little groove of catching the hoop and pushing it back. Making sure to stay lifted in your chest the entire time so that the hoop doesn't fall. All right, awesome. Yeah, you guys are doing great. Yep. Just want, awesome job, Cindy. Cindy's got it. I'm so proud of you, Cindy. Cindy's a longtime student of mine. She comes to like all of my classes. Okay. So yeah, just one quick reminder, make sure that when you are doing your rotations, stationary, right? You're turning your torso all the way to the left, all the way to the right. This will really help the hoop stay up on your shoulders, guys. So just try to use that full range of motion in your upper body, okay? All right, let's see what else I got. I have notes here that I'm following along with to make sure I get everything. Okay, so now that we are comfortable with warming that up, instead of catching the hoop and then sending it back, I want us to just try to tap the hoop and send it back. Tap the hoop and send it back. Tap and rotate. Tap and spin. Okay? So essentially all you're doing is instead of catching the hoop, you're just quickly giving it a little light bop, but you're still making sure to bring that hand directly into the chest. Okay? So we're gonna spin, 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 spin. Bop, hand goes to the chest. Bop, hand goes to the chest. My contact point for when I tap the hoop is right here on my wrist, okay? If that feels not comfortable for you, what you can also do is use this little flat part of your palm, okay? So it would look like this. Tap, tap, okay? I'm just using my palm. So either the inside of your wrist or your palm, whatever feels good for you. Okay, spin, spin, spin. Tap, spin, 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 tap, spin, 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 tap. If you're trying it stationary, it would look like this. Spin, 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 tap, spin, 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 tap. Notice that my upper body is moving slow and controlled from the left to the right. And I'm staying nice and lifted, nice and tall here. Okay? Good job, Sandra. Melissa looking like she got it down. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Now I want to teach you guys a little trick for what you can do if the hoop does start to go crooked, okay? So I actually found this out like towards the end of last year, which is like pretty amazing actually, because it's such like a simple thing you can do to help get your hoop back on track. So let's say you're doing your breaks and your paddles and you're killing it and it's looking all nice and good. And then, oh, you did something wrong and now it's starting to go a little crooked. All you got to do, okay, watch. Grab the hoop kind of like from the outside and then just push it back. Okay, so I'm going to show you again. You're going to grab and then you're going to push it back so that it's level. Okay, so let's say I'm crooked, right? I just take a second to grab the hoop, stand up straight, and then I can push it back so that it's nice and level with the floor and the ceiling. Yeah, so if you feel the hoop starting to fall, it's really easy. All you got to do is grab from the side and then push that hand right into the chest. And then your hoop will be going level again. And you can do the same thing with the other hand too, if you're more comfortable doing it with your left hand. Grab the hoop from the outside like this, bam. Sometimes what I'll even do too is I'll grab it from the side and then just kind of do one of these. Like right now, I'm just gripping the hoop with my hand and I'm pushing it to my chest, and then I'll get back into my breaks. So at full speed, it'll look like this. Grab, grab, grab. It's like you can hardly tell that my hand was moving the hoop. So that's definitely something to experiment with. Let me see what else I got here for you guys. Move to, okay. So now we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn on a song and we're just gonna go ahead and practice what we've learned so far before we get into paddles, okay? So I am gonna turn on my Spotify and we are going to rock this out together. I'm going to share my audio with everybody. Oh my gosh, the birds outside of my house right now are going crazy. They're so loud. Okay, share. Okay, and then we're gonna do, oh my gosh, I've been kind of obsessed with house music lately. So we're gonna go ahead and do this song.
Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding, Bugatti, 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 slow tonight. Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding, Bugatti, 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 slow tonight. Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding, Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights.
Awesome. All right. How are we feeling about breaks? You guys can unmute yourselves or drop it in the chat, whatever you want to do. I wasn't really able to see you guys, honestly, while we were practicing. But from what I could tell while I was teaching, you guys looked like you're doing pretty well with the breaks. Feeling better than before. Yes. Feeling groovy. I like it. Yeah, and definitely, guys, the bigger hoop that you have, the easier this trick is. I feel like with breaks, shoulder hooping, oh, you went away. Breaks, shoulder hooping, and leg hooping all need like really big hoops to begin the practice on, so you can kind of like get a feel for the movement. And as you start to feel more comfortable, then you can downsize. But if the hoop is too big, like I think my beginner dance hoop was like 36 inches and it was an inch thick. It was like seriously like that thick. And it was like impossible for me to learn breaks on. So I definitely think there is a too big limit for that. But 34 is my sweet spot for that. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and go right along into paddles, which are so fun. Unless anybody has any last minute questions before we move on. I'm gonna take a quick water break. Wonderful. Gotta stay hydrated, especially after that little dance session we had. Okay, getting right into it. So as I said in the beginning of the class, a paddle is anytime you push the hoop, just like you would push a paddle as you are rowing down a river, okay? So in order to get into the paddle, you're gonna have to start with an arm inside of the hoop, okay? So we're getting ready to do our breaks. I push my hoop to my left. And as soon as I do that, my pushing hand, which is my right hand, immediately comes into the chest. So previously we were just doing breaks and our arms kind of stayed down by our sides, right? Not this time. This time, the hand that just pushed is kind of gonna go right into the chest, okay? From here, the left hand is going to push the hoop back to the right. And as it does that, the right hand is going to push the hula hoop as well. So first the left hand is gonna push and then the right hand is gonna push. It's gonna look something like this. Left, push with the right, catch. Okay, I'll do that again super slow. So I just push to my left, then the left is gonna push the hoop, right hand pushes the hoop, and then the right hand comes back out to the side. So without the hoop, left hand is gonna push the hoop to the right, right hand is gonna push the hoop out in front of us, and then the right hand is gonna come down and underneath the hoop to break it on the other side. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. So don't be afraid to just do it super slow. Catch, push, catch, push, catch, push, catch, okay? So just go ahead and start to practice these little singular motions. We don't have to worry about it being like an actual break and paddle yet. We're just getting comfortable with doing our paddles, okay? Now, as before, when I did my breaks and my hands came directly into my chest to keep that hoop level, when I paddle the hoop, I'm kind of paddling at a downward angle, and I'm using this little outside meaty piece of my hand as I do my paddle, okay? So the motion is kind of like this. Doing a dance move, it's kind of fun, okay? So like I said, just go ahead and do your push, catch, and we're gonna push and then catch. And you will definitely feel more comfortable with this motion on one side than the other. I know for the longest time, I could only paddle with my right hand. And it literally took me 2 years before I could start paddling with my left hand. So don't get discouraged if you don't know how to do it on both sides right away. This is a process, guys. Breaks and paddles are super tricky, but they're also a beginner move. So it's kind of strange, right? But we will get there no matter where you're at. Just keep on practicing, okay? Push and catch, push and catch, push and catch, push and catch. Okay, I'm gonna look at the screen now and see how you guys are doing with this. Yeah, good job, Catalina. You got the hang of it. Good job, Joe. Cindy killing it, like she's been doing this for years. All right, now I'm gonna scroll over, see how everybody else is doing. Yeah, and if the hoop is going too fast for you guys, really just slow down the movement of it, okay? Give your brain a second to really just think about what we're doing, okay? Don't be afraid to look at your hoop and just do like little soft movements, right? Just really focus here, engage with your hoop, and make sure you're still keeping the torso moving, okay? So we're still turning from the left to the right. That's really gonna help the hoop level out, okay? Push and catch, push and catch, push and catch, push and catch. Get into a very meditative state here, okay? Just wanna feel the movements, you know? It's almost like a timing thing too. It's like a 1, 2, 3, catch, 1, 2, 3, catch, 1, 2, 3, catch, 1, 2, 3, catch, okay? Yeah, and as you guys start to feel more comfortable with this little stationary movement, you can go ahead and add in your turns. 1, 2, 3, catch, push, 1, 2, 3, catch, push, 1, 2, 3, catch. Okay? If you're feeling up to it. If these rotations don't happen right away, that's totally fine. Stick with just staying straight, or standing still, I should say. Okay? But adding these rotations in will help keep the hoop nice and level as we're expanding upon these breaks and paddles. Okay? Because as I'm turning, I'm also kind of using my shoulders a little bit to keep the hoop moving. Okay? But I'm not getting too crazy with the shoulders. Okay, I'm still staying pretty stationary and I'm just letting the hoop move around me. All right. I'm gonna watch you guys for a second. Yeah. Awesome. Does anybody have any questions about the push? If not, we're gonna move on and we're gonna actually go for the full break and paddle now. Okay, all right, we can do it. You guys got this. Okay, so now that we know how to do breaks and paddles, whoops, I just paddled with the wrong hand. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and try to make them continuous. Okay, so instead of just pushing and then catching, we're gonna try to push and then break. Okay, so we're just gonna try it on one side first. We're gonna push, hold on, let me get myself straight here. There we go. So we're gonna try to catch and then we're gonna send it to the other side. So we're gonna do 1, hit it, then catch. 1, hit it, then catch. So we're gonna push, break, catch. Push, break, catch, if that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense, because for a second it didn't even make sense to me. I forgot how to break and paddle. So we're gonna, here we go. Paddle, break, catch, okay? So let's just try breaking on one side. We're gonna paddle, break, catch. Paddle, break, catch. Paddle, break, catch, okay? And then when you're comfortable with breaking it on your right side, try to do that on the left side. Paddle, break, catch. Hoop starts out to the right. Paddle, break, catch. Paddle, break, catch. Okay? And then before you know it, your arms are going to be going back and forth like this. You're going to get into a very meditative movement here. And the arm that breaks it is immediately going to come in to paddle it. And the arm that just paddled it is immediately going to come out to break it. Okay, now if your brain needs a little bit more time to think about what's happening, you can go ahead and give yourself a couple rotations like this. Think, 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 break it, paddle. Think about what you're doing, break, paddle. Okay, slow down the movement any way you can for yourself and really just try to feel what the hoop is doing. Paddles help the hoop push right along, okay? So sometimes I won't even do a paddle. Sometimes I'll just be in my breaks. And then when you feel like it, just add in a paddle, okay? You don't have to do it every single time. It's just whatever feels good to you in that moment. That's one of the best things about on-body hooping, is it's just soul-loving hooping, right? You just kind of do what feels good. All right, I feel like I'm rambling at this point. So I'm gonna watch you guys and see how you're doing. They're looking really nice, guys. They are looking super good. I'm gonna scroll this way, see how this half is doing. Yeah, awesome, awesome. Yeah, and whenever you guys want to too, you can throw in like just like straight up shoulder hooping. So you can, let's say you're in your breaks and you say to yourself, you know what, I don't want to do breaks anymore. I just kind of want to shoulder hoop for a second. That's an awesome little thing to do to kind of get the hoop to level back out again. Okay, and then you can go right back into your breaks and you can paddle again. So really just combine everything that we've learned so far and go ahead and rock it out. Like I said, if you find that the hoop is kind of flying off of your shoulders, if you're doing your breaks and paddles up here, try to do them down here. Okay, like I said, this is originally how I started learning how to do this trick. Yeah, there's just more stability down here than there is up on the shoulders. So if doing it on your shoulders, too difficult, not quite there yet, that's totally fine. Just move the hoop down and meet yourself where you are at in your hoop journey, okay? We will get you up to your shoulders eventually. It just takes practice, okay? All right, and again, don't forget about that trick that I taught you. If it does start to get crooked, all you gotta do is stop the hoop, maybe do a little fake out thing, and then you can get it right back on track. As long as the hand is coming to the chest, the hoop should stay level with the floor and the ceiling. Okay, so now I want to talk about pinch breaks. Okay, pinch breaks. These are fun to incorporate. You can do them with like an elbow. This one's kind of hard for me to do with a big hoop just because it's so thick, but you can do it with an elbow, or you can do it like this. So essentially what you're doing is when the hoop is spinning to your left, the left arm is gonna come out to the rib cage and just go tap, tap, okay? Tap, tap. Tap, tap. I want to make sure that my arm isn't hugging my rib cage too tightly, because then it won't work, okay? You need to have a little bit of space between the arm and the side, and you're just tapping the outside, bam, and then you're tapping the back. So it's tap, tap, okay? Tap, tap. If you can only do one tap right now, that's fine. That's just another break in the other direction. But a key to getting the double tap is as soon as your arm makes contact with the front, bam, push it to the back, okay? So again, from the side, tap, tap. Okay, tap, tap. I'm gonna check on you guys, see how we're doing. Yeah, good job, Joe. Yeah, Cindy's got it. Yeah, and I see a lot of you guys are using your arms too. Yeah, that's another fun break that you can do if the hoop is around your waist. Tap, 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 and then you can do it double tap, tap. A key to getting the hoop to stay nice and level and not go crooked while you're doing this little pinch break is timing, okay? So it's a very quick forward back, Okay, if you have like a little bit of a lag in between, the hoop is going to pick up on it and it's going to start to kind of go wonky. So try to keep your timing quick, quick. Okay, quick, quick. You guys are killing it. I'm going to take a quick water break while you're doing that. Okay. So now we're going to go over a couple of transitions, how to get out of breaks and paddles. A lot of people struggle with what to do after the breaks and paddles because the hoop is around the waist and it's quite an unconventional place to begin a new trick, right? So our goal is going to be to get the hoop off from around the waist or off of the shoulders. So what I like to do, I'm going to give you two variations. The first variation is going to be a beginner friendly. The second one is going to be a little bit more advanced because it's going to incorporate some folds, but you can do it. We're going to break it down. Okay. So after we've done our breaks and paddles, okay, and we are ready to transition out, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of send the hoop around in a circle one time. You can spin with the hoop if you want, or you can just kind of stay stationary. But after it goes around, we're going to grab the front like this. Okay, so the hands are immediately going to come up from under the hoop and you're going to cup your hands towards your chest. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do it one more time for you guys. Spin, bam. All right, perfect. I'm going to scroll this way to make sure these people got it. Okay, awesome. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to put our hands almost like in a prayer position, and we're going to push the hoop down with our thumbs. So the hoop comes up and over the head, and it's going to fall forward like this. Yeah. Awesome. You guys are rock stars. Okay, now from here, this is like one of my favorite transitions. I do it a crap ton. We are going to turn over the right shoulder as we push the hula hoop to the right, up and over the head into backpack. Okay, yeah. Okay, it looks like we got it. Awesome. And if you guys are feeling particularly advanced today, what you can do is turn to the right as you put the hula hoop over the shoulders. Okay, so we do got a little bit more foot coordination. Good job, Cindy. But you can do it. All we're doing is the same thing, but here, I'll stand back so you can see my feet. The left foot is going to cross over the right, and I'm going to continue that turn. Okay, so we're here. Bam, 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 bam. Awesome. And then from here, all you got to do is pick the side that you're dominant with. I'm going to grab from my right side, and then you can continue flowing however you want. I find that whenever the hoop is out to the side, thumb up, in your dominant hand, that's like your home station, okay? You can get into so many different tricks from this position. You can go into your escalators, right? You can go into isolations, likewise isopops. So if you ever feel stuck about not knowing what to do next with your hoop, just try to get yourself into this position, because seriously, you can go into chest rolls, like the list goes on and on and on. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice our breaks and paddles, and whenever you feel ready, try to transition into that little transition sequence I just taught you. Okay, here we go. We're doing our breaks and our paddles, and we're killing it, right? All right, and then 3, 2, 1, try the transition. Push the hoop down into backpack. And then you can get into whatever else you want to get into. Okay, let's practice that one more time together. Here we go. Get into your breaks and paddles. 3, 2, 1, we're breaking and we're paddling. And it's awesome. Okay, and then we're gonna go into our transition. Get the hoop right here. We're gonna push the hoop up. Then we're gonna get the hoop into backpack. Then we're gonna grab the hoop with our dominant hand and transition into flow. All right. Anybody have any questions about that transition before we move on to the next one?
I do.
Yeah, what's up, Ray?
Hey, so you've got the hoop like this, and then when you put it into backpack, are you just putting it behind you like that?
Yeah, you did it just exactly how I would. So let's see. Yeah, I was right here. Okay, so all you're doing is the left hand is gonna come up to the side, and then both hands are gonna come out to this T position, and you want to have the hoop land on the back of the neck here. Okay, so it's just a simple whoop, then up, then drop it down.
Cool. Thank you. Yep.
All right, awesome. Anybody have any other questions? Before we move on to the more advanced transition, it's gonna incorporate folds. I love folds so much. Okay, no questions? Okay, sweet. We're gonna go ahead and get right into the next transition. This is what it looks like. So we're gonna do our breaks and our paddles. And here we go, transition number 2. Okay, so as you see, I was turning in that transition, but if you're not comfortable with incorporating those turns, you can still do this trick without the turns. So I'm gonna be teaching it with and without the turns. So what we're gonna do is actually, I'm gonna show you guys from the back because Zoom isn't mirrored. So I need to make sure that my right and your right are the same right. So what we're gonna do is after we're done with our breaks and paddles, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the right hand and we're going to pop it out and then fold it under the hoop, okay? So you should have the hoop resting on the top of the forearm right here. This is called chicken grip, and it's very essential for folds. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this right side of the hoop right here and push it up and over our heads. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure that's right. Up and over, yeah. Okay, yeah, so I was right. So we're going to push the hoop up and over. So the hoop is down like this. And then we're gonna push our body through. Okay? Now, in order to get the fold to move nice and smoothly, I keep a nice loose grip with my fingertips. Okay, as I come up and over, push the hoop up above my body. And then I'm going to push this bottom part through my body. Okay? And as it comes through my body, sorry, pause. Okay, yeah. As it comes through my body, my right hand is going to come underneath in the same chicken grip. Okay? So I'm going to do it super slow, a couple times. Coming underneath, unfold around the body. Right hand comes around. Okay. You guys are looking at me like, what? So I'm going to show you again. Okay, so again, let me see if I can explain this more clearly. So the left hand, boop, boop, boop. Are we good on that part? Get to right here so I can see. Yeah, okay. So from here, we're going to just fold the hoop up and down. Okay, can we get to here? All right, okay, awesome. Now we're going to push our bodies in through the hoop and we're gonna let it go and then just catch it with the left hand. Okay, all right, so now that we've caught it, then put the left hand through and grab the side. Okay, I think that looks better for everybody. So again, super slowly, right hand comes in and wraps around. You're gonna bring the hoop off of the body and you're gonna fold it onto the body and grab. Then the right hand is going to curl underneath and grab. Okay, you guys got that? Awesome. Now from here, all we're gonna do is we're going to unfold again. So the hoop comes up to the face and we're going to unfold it out, okay? And then you can push the hula hoop up into lasso. Yeah, there we go. So at your own pace, just go ahead and practice that transition. It's a little bit weird with switching the folds, but it looks like you guys got it once I broke it down super slowly. Okay, so I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna push it up, push it through, catch, push it through, and then we're gonna lasso. Okay, I'll do it again before I start teaching the turns. Gonna go through, unfold towards the body, unfold away from the face, and lasso. Okay, how does that one feel, guys? That one's a little bit more advanced. Can we get some thumbs up or thumbs down? Just, okay, everybody says they're feeling good. All right, we're about to make it 10 times harder. Let's do it. Okay, so after we do, let's see. So the first fold, all right, so we're gonna get into position for the first fold. And as soon as we are in this position, we're gonna begin to unfold. And as we do that, we're gonna do one full turn to the right. So our arm is gonna do the unfold, but our body is gonna turn to the right. Okay, so all we're doing is we're just incorporating a step around. Awesome. Now we're gonna do the second fold. Okay, so remember, hand grabs from underneath, then grabs the top. But this time we're reversing the direction and we're gonna turn towards the left. Okay, back to the front. Okay, so I'm gonna stand back a little bit so you guys can see what my feet are doing. So the first fold, I'm going to step left foot over right and then spin on the balls of my feet. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. Left foot crosses over right, spin on the balls of my feet, back to the front. And then when I do the second fold, left foot crosses over right, turn over the left shoulder, and turn on the balls of my feet. Okay, so all together, it'll look like this. Okay, that's the kind of footwork that I use in order to turn. If that's like way too much for you, you can just like tippy toe it, okay? You can just do tiny little steps. Okay, so with the tiny little steps, it would look like this. All right. So let's go ahead and practice that transition from our breaks and paddles, okay? 3, 2, 1, here we go. We got our breaks and our paddles. And we're doing so good. And then we're gonna get into our transition. Here we go. Arm comes under. Catch. Arm comes out. And lasso. And of course, the turns are optional. If they're feeling way too crazy, get rid of them. We don't need to do them right now. Okay. All right. How does everybody feel about that? Does anybody have any questions? If not, we're going to go into the final portion of the class. Any last minute questions I can answer? Going once, going twice. All right. We are going to go ahead and play a song, and we are going to do it. You guys guessed it, a break battle. We're going to incorporate everything we learned from class, and we are just going to rock out, have a little break battle. Yeah, and if you get tired of doing breaks, obviously you can go into like free flow, of course. I'm not going to be like, you need to do breaks and paddles right now for the whole song. Okay, like obviously just have fun with it. Okay, so I'm going to pick another song. Ooh, there are so many good ones to choose from. I've been curating a gym workout playlist recently, guys, and it's so good. Like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but it makes me feel like in the mood to work out and dance, and I just love it. But there's so many good ones to choose from. Oh, that one's kind of long. I'm gonna do a shorter one. Let's see. Where'd it go? There's one that I'm thinking of. Yeah, we'll do this one. This one's good. Let me make sure my audio is shared with you guys. Music or computer sounds only. Okay. Here we go. We got it. how does everybody feel about all of that? I feel like super sweaty and tired actually after all those breaks, but they were so much fun. Are they starting to like make sense for people? Like just like the basic breaking and the paddling?
Yeah, after this class, I like got the concept of it because before I would like kind of get it, and then my brain would be like, no, that's not right. But like now I understand how to do it. Thank you.
Yay, that's amazing. Yeah, they're honestly so difficult. When I was first learning breaks and paddles, I could literally do it 4 times, so 2 times on each hand, 4 times total. And I was already like 2 years into hooping at that point. And I don't know, after the 4th hit, my brain just kind of like would fuck up and the hoop would like fly like upward or whatever. So they're definitely like a process, and they're definitely something to practice every single day to get better at. They're kind of like coin flips. When everybody starts off, like they hate coin flips, they can't do coin flips, but as you make an effort to practice them and give yourself space to learn and to mess up and get better, you will get better. So yeah, this was super fun. I think I want to do another breaks and paddles class, exploring like more complex breaks, like elbow pinch breaks. Those are ones that I've been really loving lately. Oh, I've been doing these ones lately. Okay, let's see if I can do it. Like with the knee. Those ones are super fun to do, but I don't get them every single time. I don't know why I'm getting them every single time right now. Probably because I'm using a bigger hoop. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and celebrating with me. Does anybody have any last minute like questions or highs or comments, concerns, anything like that?
Happy birthday.
Thank you and happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, tonight I'm gonna go get some Mexican food with my boyfriend and my son, and after this we're gonna go run around in the forest for a couple of hours and just have a nice little, what's today, Thursday? Friday? Is it Friday? Yeah, a nice little Friday. So yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping out. I'm gonna go ahead and get this class all processed and uploaded to YouTube. I'll make a link for the class in my bio. So if any point today you like want to continue practicing and like you forget what you learned, you could probably just check this class out and it'll be up probably within like 2 hours. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna go ahead and end the call and go grab some tacos with my family, and thank you so much for coming. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Bye guys.
Bye.